Yes, I don't know how to put it. Israel is saying that Iran is working to destabilize Nigeria. The report we are getting is that Iran is sponsoring elements of terrorism so that they can destabilize the country called Nigeria. My question is, why is it that everybody is interested in destabilizing Nigeria? The Igbos wants to destabilize Nigeria. The Yoruba nation wants to destabilize Nigeria. Of recent, the Northerners are saying that let's separate. Everybody is so much interested in this Nigeria as a country wanting to destabilize Nigeria. Remember, Iran has a link with Shiites in Nigeria, Shia Muslims, Shia in Nigeria. And Shia is a movement that is talking about them having their own kind of government in the country called Nigeria. Buhari used their eye to see Nwe. Buhari showed them Shege. This is sponsored by Iran. We know Iran sponsors Hezbollah and Hamas, which is terrorizing Israel in the Middle East. When you look at Nigerians are divided along tribe, ethnicity, and religion. You see, there's a difference between tribe and ethnicity. Inside Igbo, there's Igbo. Inside Yoruba, there's Yoruba. You get? Inside Igbo, there's still Igbo. Inside Yoruba, there's Yoruba. So, Nigerians are divided along tribe, ethnicity, religion. Let's leave politics aside because everything is laced with politics. Now, Christians are supporting Israel. Christians are supporting Israel. Why Muslims are supporting, let's say Muslims, are supporting Hamas, Palestine, Hezbollah, which are tagged terrorists. So Nigeria has a two-way system. Nigeria has been divided a long time, but let's look at religion. Now, what is Iran going to benefit from destabilizing Nigeria? And why would Israel put out that information and tell us that Iran is destabilizing Nigeria? That is where our thoughts should be. Now, wanting to, Nigeria has a potential, Nigeria as a country has a potential of becoming a world power in West Africa. One of the most powerful nations we had was Libya. Libya was destabilized by the United States through Obama. Obama used so many policies, so many politics, geopolitics, and found a way, convinced Libyans to hate Gaddafi. Gaddafi killed. After they killed Gaddafi, they useless the economy. So why is Nigeria so important? You see, countries from the West are wanting to have one or two things to do with Nigeria. The other time we saw Russia in the End Bad Governance protest. The other time we are seeing UK, the United States, we are seeing China. Everybody wants to make business, do one or two things with Nigeria. Why Iran has been accused by Israel. What is the problem? Why is Nigeria so much important that world powers are focusing on using this part of the world as a battleground? A new terrorist group just resurfaced in Sokoto. The name is funny. And to what end? You ask these questions. To what end? We have Boko Haram, we have Al-Shabaab, we have Abanawi, we have a lot of things, my brother. To what end? In the southeast, you have ESN, you have Ebubago, you have BLA. To what end? The southwest, they democratized theirs. We have Amotekun. We have, will I say, neighborhood watch. They have not had really like all these bandit kind of movement whereby it's going from one place to place to make sure that they fight off the police and the army. They have not had that. They have found a way of playing their politics whereby they maintain sanity with their security system, even though the Fulanis have been ravaging some places in Ondo State, displaced some people, sent them to Bini. Their ancestral land, the Fulani displaced them, and they are in Benin currently. Benin Republic, not Benin, Benin Republic. So my question is, What is the intention? If you are watching this broadcast, you can come at the comment section and let us understand. Let's give us your own take. Why do you think that Israel will accuse Iran of wanting to destabilize Nigeria? Why do the world want to destabilize them? Why does Russia want to destabilize Africa? Because we saw what happened with ECOWAS. Most of these countries are leaving ECOWAS and they are getting the support and backing of Russia. The United States want Nigeria to be united under Biden so that they can take that one. I know that United States, United Kingdom, what they benefit from the United Division of Nigeria. When I say United Division, they will make sure that Nigeria is not one as it were, and they will sponsor different interests in Nigeria. Yes, so that at various locations and various communities, they can have their way. You see a Chinese person kidnapped in Niger State at that time, a Briton found amongst Boko Haram. What are these people doing at these locations? Why? Why is it difficult for these Western powers who are saying that they respect democracy? Why is it difficult for them to acknowledge that there should be a Yoruba nation, there should be a Biafra, which clearly Nigerians are divided and they remain divided. Whatever the politicians are doing, they are just trying to be cosmetic about Nigeria's unity. Nigerians are really divided. Somebody was calling me Christian the bigots. See, anything I say that angers the Yoruba Ronu and Yoruba conservatives, I'm very happy. I don't need to be a perfect person. I've never been perfect. I don't aim to be perfect until I meet our Lord Jesus Christ. Whatever I'm going to say, that is going to anger the Yoruba Ronu and conservative, because you need to work harder and make sure that you push this agenda of yours much more than those that are thinking that Nigeria is going to get to a stage whereby it will get better. You need to push harder. I'm trying to push you to the wall so that you can push harder. Then we can have a referendum when the Yorubas agree, when they come together, because the Igbos have agreed. The issues we're having is the Yorubas are not making up their mind. Somebody said that Tinubu is going to spend 8 years. Then after 8 years, let's talk about Nigeria's division, which we want to now see it from this angle, that the reason why Sunday Igboho was outspoken is because probably, maybe, they were using him to fight for Tinubu's presidency. Tinubu's presidency is at the core of everything Yoruba is running on now. For those that don't like Tinubu, those free thinkers, those libertarians, those people that are free thinkers, see, the main people that you see are supporting a Tinubu, there is a politics behind it that some of these Yorubas are not involved in. So I'm not saying about the whole Yorubas. The ones that are involved in the politics of today, they are using all they can, whether the media weapon, social media weapon, whatever weapon, divide and rule tactics, pitch the north against the southeast, then let's for Tinubu to continue his 8 years. And Tinubu is solidifying the southwest. Every region is looking at how they can secure their boundaries at this point in time. But why would Israel accuse Iran? You see, when they talk about geopolitics, politics that is beyond your local, continental African politics, the world politics, Nigeria, Africa is the battleground for the world. It's just like when a household uses anything, they go and dump their debt in the waste bin. So Nigeria and Africa is like a waste bin whereby everybody comes and they test their powers and superiority. They bring religion, they test strong religion in Africa and also Nigeria. They see how it works. They bring all these their developmental studies, politics. You see, they have tested some of these their theories in Nigeria. That is why it is possible for somebody to be, in quote, educated but become a slave. It is well tested in Africa. Well tested in Africa. See, everybody is just playing their games. Israel is also playing games. Everybody is wanting to secure their geopolitical boundary using Nigeria and Africa as a defense. So the more reasons why I want the Yoruba to push for a referendum. If you are talking about under a Nigeria that have a 1999 constitution, and you are talking about you are taking over this one, taking over that one, when the constitution demands such a thing, you are calling for ethnic war. There's a way you push for it. Referendum. Yes, meet the local government chairman, meet your ogbas and meet your politicians, and they all gather together and make sure that you uphold you conserve. Let your conservatism be conservatism, so that the Igbos that their head have not reset, they will need to reset it, and they go back to their town and preserve their culture. Most importantly, our culture, our tradition, they're all fading away. What makes us Yorubas, Igbos, and Hausas, and whatever, it is fading away. The Western lifestyle, culture, and civilization is taking over that which is our identity. It is taking it over. Most people don't know their roots, don't understand who they are, don't understand the ethos and the ethics of their culture, religion, of their culture. The white man has become a reference point. When I see people, they are dragging Kemi Badenoch, she's a Yoruba. This one, that one. When I see somebody in Georgia, an Igbo man has a rep member in Georgia, he's an Igbo man. I look at these people, I said, must you mirror the identity of your colonizer? That's the question I ask myself. Nigerians don't they have an original identity? Must you mirror the identity of your colonizer? Must you? Kemi Badenoch was trained in the UK. UK values culture and laws. So that Kemi Badenoch is a Briton by training. Whether she is born in Nigeria, she has Nigerian blood. We know people by their actions and by what they do. That's how you identify somebody. What they do. You don't identify someone because of his color or his. Somebody left Nigeria, went to the United States, studied in the United States, embraced the lifestyle of the United States, identified with the United States, and you are saying you are proud as a Nigerian. You are not proud of anything because your system, your culture could not produce people like that. Yes, that can compete at the world stage. You are using style to denigrate your culture and your belief system. Why not made in Nigeria that competes with the world? When Nigeria won the Olympics, that was a better one. We had Nigerian players. When Nigeria won the Olympics, we had Nigerian players competing locally from Nigeria and dominating the world from Nigeria. Not somebody frustrated by the system. As Nigeria, as Yoruba, as Igbo, as Hausa, you don't have a system that can bring out the best in people. People run away from your system. They travel abroad. Abroad give them opportunities. They become something. Then an Abike Dabiri is going to identify. The woman should have even blast all of them. What do you think? You should come back to Nigeria, set a template, set a design for your culture and tradition. Then work on it. Become an example from your local content, your local system, your local politics, your local education, academics. Rise from your local and become a world champion from Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. Look at Asake now. Asake nominated at the Grammys with Yoruba language, Yoruba to the world. It's not someone that left here and you went there and started rapping British. You are speaking. You are coming to tell us I'm Nigerian. You are using British language. You're in Nigeria for what? The more we need to understand that we will set up design and systems that will make sure these people don't interfere. Imagine an Iran coming to destabilize Nigeria. Imagine Russia using man, it pains me a lot. So some people will think I'll come and say, oh, Russia is sponsoring Iran is sponsoring Boko Haram, Iran is sponsoring this, Iran is sponsoring that. We are importing everything. We are just importing culture. We are just importing education. We are import everything. There's nothing of our own that we can sell to the world. There's nothing. That's why we want Nigeria to divide. The balkanization of the country. Let's create our political systems for ourselves. Let's chart a way forward for our societies. They understood themselves, and they had to do research, and they charted a way forward for themselves, and they were able to achieve that. But you are in Nigeria, you could not be nominated, or you are an athlete. The Nigerian sports or whatever frustrated you, and you now ran to Ireland. Ireland now saw your talent, and with their system they groomed you. You now got their nationality, and you are representing them. Then somebody from Nigeria will come and say, and mostly with this Kemi Badenoch and one man from Georgia, I know mostly are these Yoruba Runu and everything you identify. Why don't the conservatives from their local environment develop something that the world will come and buy? The Europeans came and took most of our artifacts. It became a reference point to them. They had some spiritual connections with those artifacts. What they took from Benin had to sample a civilization that the Germans came, they studied it, and they had to steal it because they are thieves. But we go there, and because somebody is maybe one Nigerian or one Igbo man becomes the president of Igbo rubbish. Igbo what? When you look at those people very well, they don't represent you. I saw somebody doing something about Nigerian culture. She was wearing a native Yoruba attire, but when I look at her hair, she was wearing bone straight. Does bone straight belong to Africa or Nigeria? So the way the woman was so, the way she was speaking, talking, she didn't even reflect. You are just hyping yourself using your colonial attributes and features. I'm a conservative that need to preserve something that we have because it makes you look unique. Yes, I was born in Lagos. I didn't go through some of the necessities. I had to go back to my village to understand one or two things because I'm very keen on creativity, and Africa has that creativity. So let's forget about Iran. Iran coming to Israel wants to be. See, focus on how you can have something for yourself that nobody intrudes. For you to know somebody that has experience, is more qualified, the person needs to go abroad and study. Why is it that Nigeria has not developed itself whereby the people can be proud of doing all they need to do in Nigeria? Your leaders, which are witches and wizards, we have the best doctors. Instead of bringing them back, making it conducive, they need to be our top priority. We need to carry them like egg, bring them back, pay them well, good conditions. Let's have hospitals here. Let's have the equipment. Let's venture into research. These people will not do anything. When they are sick, they travel abroad. They now come and be speaking big grammar for you and I. And I see some people, Tinubu must this. I say all these people, they lack vision for their lives. I pity their children. The kind of legacy they are going to bequeath to their children with what Nigerians are doing. The next generation, what kind of legacy are you going to bequeath? Whether Iran is involved in destabilizing Nigeria, Iran should know that Nigeria is already destabilized. There's nothing you can do about it. Nigeria is already destabilized. Leave the Kurumia, the new. They are looking for their daily bread. These countries are looking for you to. They know Nigeria is divided. They are looking for you to make sure that they have access to one or two mineral resources or whatever. Have access to one or two. I don't know. I know that the focus is mineral resources in Nigeria. Boko Haram and whatever you see, mineral resources in Nigeria. The insecurity in the southeast, the pipe to go and connect to get gas deposits, the southeast. Niger Delta, everybody they have cut their own share. The Niger Delta militants have cut their own share. So everybody, they know that these people are pillaging our resources. They collude with the Nigerian army and everybody. They are pillaging the resources. Everybody is understandable. But anywhere that they don't want to make it official, there will be insecurity. So that is what these people are interested. And you know one thing, if they can make annex Nigeria to be a Muslim country, there are benefits for these guys that are bringing in all sorts of criminal elements. You know, the CIA, the FBI, the Western powers, they have a hand in insecurity in most countries of the world. You know that. And instead of us focus on how we can secure ourselves, these leaders that are becoming puppets of the West, how we can dislodge and displace them and put leaders that are conservative, that will preserve our culture, not by God too. There's a difference between Yoruba conservative and Yoruba bigots, Igbo bigots. Bigots are possessed. These guys are possessed human beings. They have an evil spirit that needs to be cast out of their system. So they are different things. So if you are calling me a bigot, so far that I'm saying some things that will rework the system, I'm okay with that. I'm okay.